our wonderful abode. Amen. And so pray that we be great hosts that God intends for us to be. And we want to do that. And then I have another daughter in the ministry at 2:30. Taminia Daniel is going to share her initial sermon, Brother Chairman. She's going to preach her initial sermon at 2:30 this coming Sunday. Amen. And so y'all be in prayer for her. Probably should have had her up here trying to teach a little bit so she wouldn't sin, because, to wear is a sin. And right about now, she's somewhere biting her fingernails off because she's a little nervous, but I've been there and done that. So we're moving toward some greater things in the life of the Mount Gilead Church. Let me do this. Let me gather my scattered thoughts. I'm going to ask that Dennis Perkins Jr., my wonderful narrator, amen, that he prepares us to go. Again, we're on page 95, church. We're beginning, amen, chapter 4. That's where we are. And if you don't have a book, practice a scooch ministry. Scooch closer to somebody so that you can share with them, be a friend and neighbor, and start it. Would you be like Mavis Staples and take us there again? Amen.
I want my stuff back. David and his men reached Ziklag on the third day. Now the Amalekites had raided the Negev and Ziklag. They had attacked Ziklag and burned it, and had taken captive the women and all who were in it, both the young and old. They killed none, destroyed by fire, and their wives and sons and daughters taken captive. So David and his men wept aloud until they had no strength left to weep. David's two wives had been captured, Ahinoam of Jezreel, of Abigail, the widow of Nabal of Carmel. David was greatly distressed because the men were talking of stoning him. Each one was bitter in spirit because of his sons and daughters. But David found strength in the Lord his God. Then David said to Abiathar the priest, the son of Ahimelech, "Bring me the ephod." Abiathar brought it to him, and David inquired of the Lord, "Shall I pursue this raiding party? Will I overtake them?" "Pursue them," he answered. "You will certainly overtake them and succeed in the rescue." David recovered everything the Amalekites had taken, including his two wives. Nothing was missing, young or old, boy or girl, plunder or anything else they had taken. David brought everything back. All of us know what it's like to have had something and then lost it. All of us know what it's like to have had something that was significant, if to no one else but to us. We had it, but now it's gone. It was of value and worth to us, but now we don't have it anymore. All of us know what it's like to have once possessed something we don't possess anymore. We lost it.
Amen. And how ironic it is, well, how apropos it is, that out of all the things I ever lost in my life, you know the thing I miss most was my mind. Yeah, and since last chapter, I know I got my mind back. Now I want my stuff back. Yeah, see, out of all the things I lost, Cameron, the thing I miss most was my mind. Now that I got my mind back, I want my stuff back. What about you? He's going to help us get there. Let's go a little further.
For somebody, it was a job. You were doing great on that job. You were moving up the corporate ladder of success, and then that company began to downsize and right-size. You just didn't fit anymore, so they laid you off. For somebody else, it was a relationship. You were not married, but that relationship was very significant. All of a sudden, it ruptured. For somebody else, it was your marriage and family. Everything was running smoothly. You loved them, and they loved you. Everything was going fine, but then there was friction, and a fracture occurred in the family. For somebody else, it was an educational opportunity. Doors were opening, but then things began to happen. You didn't make that required GPA, or you dropped out for a semester and lost a scholarship. For somebody else, it was money. Money was coming in, so you were investing here and saving there. But then the stock market fell and 9/11 happened. Now the things you used to have, you don't have anymore. If you know what it's like to once have had something and then not have it anymore, then you know what David is going through in this text. In 1 Samuel 30, David had been anointed king, but not yet appointed king. God had anointed him in 1 Samuel 16